Hey everybody, thanks so much for tuning into Young Money Investments. My name is Bennion, and if you are watching this, you probably watched my video from yesterday. Yesterday's video was strictly about DGAZ and about the potential of opportunity that it had for a reversal. And as you saw from my trades today, I was able to capitalize on roughly around 16% on swinging DGAZ overnight. Now things are a little bit different for tomorrow. Let me give you some of my reasons why I'm going to be most likely getting into DGAZ for a day trade. Let's roll the intro footage. Alright guys, so as you know, like I was saying, we are going to be focusing on the reasons that I see DGAZ being a good day trade tomorrow. Now, there's a lot of technical indicators that kind of indicate that it's going to be a good play. Now, as always, I'm not giving trade advice and telling you to just jump in at market open, take as many shares as you possibly can, dump your whole account into it. That's not the way it's done, because there will be key indicators tomorrow morning at market open that will determine what I'm going to be doing with my trades. I want to give you an idea and kind of give you an insight into my mind though, and what I'm looking for tomorrow in the charts and why I see DGAZ being a great play. So let's roll into the charts really quick and we can kind of go over what I'm seeing in DGAZ. So let's minimize this right here. We have DGAZ as our ticker symbol. Right here you can see the 4-hour 180-day chart. Obviously it's going to be very big on your screen, or it's not going to be super clear. But if we are to take a closer look here on the charts, I've used these previous lines of support and resistance through here. Now this was a support, or pardon me, a resistance back at this point, which has now acted as support for DGAZ. As it's coming down to this point, you'll also see that the RSI is not obviously super oversold, as we've seen it very overbought as of recent, riding up almost 100% from its lows to its highs right here, about 109, 110% in that range, 112%. So obviously the RSI in one day is not going to be, you know, a 30 RSI, right? But this is indicating that it has had quite a bit of pullback. It's even pulled below the EMA line. Now, with that being said, it's going to most likely use this old line of resistance as new support, giving leeway or giving way into it actually riding up and coming back up here. So that's why I see a nice little potential for profit in this. Again, that's still a 30% return if you're able to ride it from bottom to top. Now again, it's going to, because it is a future for natural gas, it's going to change overnight. It's sitting right now at 73.14. It could continue to rise overnight, or it could fall. And that's just one of those things that we have to deal with. As you take a look at some of the lower charts though, if we go to the 20-day 1-hour chart, you're again going to see this pattern here in a little bit more detail, where it has used this line as resistance previously. Now it should act as support. If it does drop, it's going to use this SMA line. This is the 180-day SMA, basically as a support that should keep it from dropping down. But I would not be holding it if I bought here and ended up having to ride it down, because that's going to be a big fat loss of about 11% or so. If you do look at this on the 180-day chart though, you can kind of see why I see such great support and resistance on DGAZ. If you do look back all the way back here, this is about a 11, 12 till now. It's about a month and a half, almost 2 months. Yeah, I'd say a month and a half of time here. You can see right here, this was a previous resistance where it was not able to break this resistance and it ended up trending down. Again, over here, it used that same area as resistance as it trended down today, and DGAZ obviously went up. So those are the reasons based off of the charts for DGAZ why I see this as a good play. Now I can also take a look at another chart here, and that's going to be DGAZ, which is the inverse ETF of DGAZ, correct? Taking a look at the 180-day chart, you can see this trend right here, where this has acted as basically a resistance line for quite some time. The SMA is what kind of kept and held this up, and then it just really started to run back here in, I want to say, early or mid-November. But as you can see, this has been a strong level of resistance for quite some time. Now, it would make sense that if this was resistance previously, this would act as resistance once again, where we are currently at right here. So if we zoom in a little bit more on this chart here, this would make sense that if it acted as resistance previously, this would act as resistance one more time. And as you can see, it does look like it ended up getting rejected up here. It was not able to break this today. And so what I am looking for, and in the morning hours of trading and things of that nature, this to start to trend back down again. Now, if it's able to break below this EMA line, that is where you're going to see quite a bit of sell-off. You're going to see quite a big drop, and that's where DGAZ is going to obviously run up. Now, UGAZ obviously does not have a high RSI by any means. RSI of about 37, you know, that's usually a good buying place. But because of this previous resistance coming through this area, I see it as, again, a potential day trade opportunity in DGAZ, because this is going to most likely get rejected. Now, if it does not, and it's able to break above this, I see it being able to run from here all the way up to the SMA, which is roughly another 39%. So that would be a nice little trade, nice little play. One last chart that we're going to look at really quickly is going to be NG, or natural gas. Now, based on this chart, you're really not going to see anything. You're going to see a little bit of consolidation right through here. If we really zoom in on this, you're going to see a little bit of consolidation through here, you know, where it didn't want to buck up for quite a while, and then it started to trend up. But really not enough to really, you know, solidify anything. RSI isn't really showing us anything. I don't think I had MACD pulled up on any of these either. I usually like to look at the MACD indicator, but that is basically my short analysis of UGAZ and DGAZ. Like I said, this is just my opinion. These are just some of the things that I'm seeing, and that is what I'm going to be looking at in terms of a day trade on DGAZ. Again, if you are getting into day trading, use the 1 minute candles, the 1 day, 1 minute chart. Don't use some of these bigger ones, and make sure you're using the VWAP, RSI, those kinds of things. Again, I am not teaching about day trading. Again, this is just my whole mindset. If you follow me on Instagram and you've seen me trade, you know that I'm day trading more right now because of the volatility in the markets. Speaking of volatility, I still am in Facebook. I'm in Callaway Golf. I just bought a nice little position in that. I picked up some Tesla today. That's down a little bit. I believe I'm down about 4 or 5% in Tesla right now. I picked up a couple others. It's a little bit of a scary time to be picking up companies because of the volatility in the market. It could sell off more, and so I do want to kind of caution you in terms of picking things up right now. Don't pick up if you have a weak stomach and can't handle the potential ride down right now. But if you're able to hold long term, I still see these companies being very well valued, and if we're able to turn these things around with the trade war, the economy is still very strong, unemployment rates are still at an all-time low, I still see very positive things. So that is my thought process. Thank you so much for tuning into Young Money Investments. If you have any questions, please leave them down in the comment section. If you have not already, please hit that subscribe button, turn on the bell notification, so every time I drop these videos at 9 o'clock at night, you get them and you're ready for the day ahead. Thanks so much for tuning in, everybody. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.